Check 1 2, check 1 2. What up, guys? ANF ready here. I'm about to break down this shit right here in the back. It's funnels and analytics. So let me just put this on my tripod and we're gonna get started. And hopefully the shit. Oh my god. Okay, yo, what's up, guys? ANF ready here. About to go ball real quick. I want to film this video for you guys. Cause yeah, I just feel like as I've been learning to be master salesman or master the craft of salesman, you guys have to understand, like, it really doesn't matter. At a point right now where it's like it's so congruent and understanding of just my personality that don't even want to edit some of this stuff because most people, like, when they see a salesperson, they want to make him be perfect. Anyways, I'm getting beyond the point. Dude, okay, I'm gonna break down this stuff right here. So let me just show you like some of these analytics, untitled funnels, because I was playing around with the analytics for one of my clients and for even my own business. That's what I spend my Sundays on, checking content. So yeah, let's do it. It's your boy. So hopefully that got recorded because I was using a different thing. Now I'm gonna switch to my main mic. Oh my gosh, guys, look, it's like my bed. It's like the funny thing about life is, like, most of the times you can just do all this stuff and move this. You can just do all this stuff from your bedroom and just make a shit ton, just make money. And yeah. Okay, so cool thing is, a lot of this stuff, you can just look this up online. So yeah, check it. This is what I want to do? Yeah. Right, so it literally, I was just, then find this video, right? Facebook journey, just search Facebook journey. Because, like, I wanted to see what YouTube videos there were and how many people were searching for it so that I'm deciding if, whoa, let me put this down. Like, just straight up, as I run my branding and run my business, it's like, yo, should I make a video on this? Because, well, now I'm at the point where it's like, I'm just going to make videos on it anyways because it could help people. But yeah, let's take a look at it. So here we have PA platform, the conversion rates, and I was just testing. I was like, yo, like, what can we do? So let me just restart it from the beginning because this is a very simple, like, funnel, and then I'll break down the advanced parts of it. So look, all you can do is you're like, okay, who viewed my content? And then when someone viewed your content, you could say, well, who added it to the cart? And then after who added it to the cart, well, who actually purchased it? Right? So if you understand funnels, you're like, well, sometimes people add to the cart and they don't buy it. Right? So we had 314 people in the last, 28 days. You could check that. Where is it? I forgot. But it tells you, like, okay, so what was the conversion rate? And then all of a sudden, so basically what this means is you need to figure out who of these 314 people, why only 14 people got it. And then also what I would do is check, like, the actual sales pages and funnel them into that. Because it's not so much who viewed your pixel, but, like, you should only probably have a pixel on your sales pages. Or make this, like, I know this particular person doesn't have straight up sales pages. But yeah, if we look at the purchases, here is something here too. Why did these 14 people add to cart and only 8 of them purchased it? Right? And then you could see here, the cool thing about it is you could see, like, okay, who bought, like, really quick, right? In 5 minutes. Like, who saw it and was like, I'm ready to buy. Boom, 6 minutes, 1 purchase, right? That means that you have really good KLT, no like trust factors, which basically means, like, you're putting out good stuff, people really trust you. See, and then you can check the time, who purchased it within a day. So this is all stuff you can track for, like, any of your clients. If this is something you could do for your own business, for yourself. I'm blanking right now on where the change the time filter. Oh, here, last 28 days, right? So even when we put the last 90 days, right? You could just see, and from a marketing standpoint and from a consultant standpoint, let me just make this, like, very clear to you guys. Like, What you would want to do is say, okay, so what was your marketing angles for the last 30 days? And then of that, what was your marketing plan for the quarter? Because most of the time, some people just say like, oh, let me just make a bunch of stuff. And I would say like, well, when your brain focuses on multitasking or not, you want to just focus on one thing. So for the PA platform, we stay in touch. We don't really get that much consulting, but like to a level of strategy, if I was going to do it for basketball, I'd be like, okay, these next 30 days, I'm just going to do nothing but jump shots, how to help people with their jump shots. Then the next 30 days, I'm going to, XYZ. Then the next 30 days, right? I'm going to work on ball dribbles. Then I'm going to work on passing drills. I don't know. I'm going to work on defensive drills, right? So this is it, right? And in it, understand like it's not too complicated either if you want to learn this yourself or hire someone to do it for you. Like this is what I've been doing because I understand that my audience and some of the audience I want to influence or I am influencing are people who, in my opinion, the thing you should be chasing instead of money is freedom. The freedom to do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? So I don't know if you guys see my brand. Like I've worked with chiropractors, doctors, dentists, MLMs, non-MLMs, businesses. I don't know why this isn't loading. It doesn't matter anymore. Does that make sense? Like, and now I literally, as a business owner, I'm just like, well, I don't really have all my employees are all JV. They're all like 1099s. Someone in Vermont. I'm gonna do a week review today. I'm gonna show you some of that stuff. One of my business partners is in Iowa, and we're working on the athlete agency. It's dude, that guy is straight crushing. He like let me bring this up. Right, this is what you're trying to do is just find people who are like-minded. This guy, Muddy Bites had over $10,000, like a shit ton of money raised on Kickstarter. Right, like are you guys connecting with people who are raising capital, who are doing like this is why I stay motivated, is because early on in my corporate, like when I first started corporate, my friend was doing VC funding. He showed me like the startup world and showed me I was in that space. And then I was like, well, I know it exists now. And in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, so what can I do to learn as much material as I can while I'm working this corporate job so that I could stay motivated to go into a space that I want to go into, right? And now as I've gone into more spaces, it's like, okay, so now the next door is opening, right? With David Meltzer's team, knowing how to do digital marketing, knowing how to be a salesperson, and being like, oh, I could just do sports marketing. And I could do sports marketing just for basketball if I wanted to, right? So this is all stuff that like opportunities present themselves. And in it, it's like, dude, some of you guys have to catch up on digital marketing. In fact, some of you guys need to catch up in just marketing in general. Like the fact that if you are a business owner, a decision maker, a CEO of your business, and you do not know what funnels are, like funnels have been around before digital marketing. They took what marketing was, and then they just, we could build a we could add technology to it to be a business, like to grow into digital marketing. But you should already know like who are your conversion rates, how many touch points do you have, like XYZ, like as a salesperson, you have touch points, right? You're like, oh, I called this person. Like in the old days in sales and stuff, according to The Office, it was that Rolodex thing where you're like, oh, okay, green means go ahead and never talk about that thing, right? Like some of you guys don't use HubSpot. It blows my mind. Or any CRM for marketing. Like you don't keep track of who you talk to, what your conversations were, and you just rely on your head to be like, this is what I know about that person, right? Like some people, I remember when I was first learning it, I was like, man, all these salespeople, that's like disingenuous. Like they can't remember me or they can't remember it's like, you got to understand. It's like, dude, they're calling like 1,000 people, dude. They're calling 1,000 people. So of course you can't know everyone. And just even if you did know 1,000 people, like, of course, right? But in it, you should see another perspective, is that they are taking the time to write down things about you that you may like or stuff like that, right? Like in it, that's another thing that's kind of cool. Is like, even if they are trying to sell me something, they're trying to sell me on what I want at the end of the day. Most people don't want to be sold, they want to buy. So if you have a business and you have business offer or different business structure, business offerings, then you're good, right? Most people, at least in my audience for basketball, they only have like one thing really. It was just like me, or like not me, like the trainer. You want to work with me? Here's my thing. Like I use Jordan as an example. It's like, dude, like, okay, trainers got success, 30 days, 99 scoring moves. Come to my camp. Oh, you can't come to my camp? I'm flying to South Korea, right? Oh, you want to come to me and do like a 30-day training? It's like $10,000 packages. Like, where are your guys' high ticket offerings and stuff? Where are, like, so most of my trainers that I've been consulting with is like, why don't you guys have $10,000 offerings? Why don't you have $5,000 offerings, camps, right? Like, learn to scale, right? So this is the level that I'm really pushing, because before I was like, oh, wow, I'm like learning more of it. I'm doing some of it. And I was like, oh, wow, it's happening for doctors, for chiropractors, for all this stuff. And now it's just like, you know what? Like, why isn't the ball community moving as hard as it should? Like, why aren't they going ham? Like, we talk about it like, yo, I'm going hard in the paint, I'm going to be a baller, but why aren't they doing it? Or, I mean, there's a lot of ballers out there, right? But I'm saying, like, why aren't more basketball business owners, CEOs, balling out harder? That's it, man. I think a lot of it is that some of them just maybe they just weren't aware of this space. I'll just say it like that, because in it, I recognize that in my own influence, I would not have known about all this marketing stuff unless someone like sold me on it. And a lot of people did sell me on it. And then I've just been bought in. I'm bought in. I am sold myself. I'm sold on myself, right? Like the hour, I show you guys the hours I put in. Because in it, I recognize that some people, right, when you start selling an idea of grind or hard work, it's like most people don't want to buy that because they're not actually willing to do what it takes to put in the work, right? So I'm just looking for people who are ready to grind, dude. But in it, like, if you're not ready to grind the level I'm balling out, I'm grinding, that's okay. You know, it took me a long time to get here, so, you know, that's it. So yeah, check out PA funnels, or not PA funnels, check out Facebook funnels. I guess it's not loading for the last 90 days. We can check out like the last 14 days for this one. You should be doing this for like all your funnels, all your analytics, right? One purchase, $355. Like, the cool thing is it tells you how much money you make, right? Like, so you had so in it from $75, you could consider that you lost this. This is lost cart value, right? And then the thing about it is, like, why ClickFunnels work is because, like, once you start looking at this stuff, let's say for the PA platform, right? Okay, so if this person purchased and they're already willing to spend $75, why didn't you have an upsell? Why didn't you say, hey, thanks for buying $75? Okay, because you have to understand the psychology of sales. It's basically, as someone buys, they've already busted out their wallet. They've already are like you. You're like, hey, thanks for joining. Here's a $5 thing that maybe you want to add. Maybe you might want this too. Because they're already in a frame where they're like, dang, I like this guy, or I like this girl, and I want to do business. And I didn't know you did that thing. I didn't know you had that offering. Let me give you more money, right? It's so hard to take someone from 0 to 1, as Peter Thiel talks about it in that fucking book, like 0 to 1. It's like, to actually do that is really tough. And to do that for people, right? It's like, oh, now I'm ready to buy. But now that you've already did it, well, you might as well sell them on more things. It's not really even selling. Like, they consciously choose to buy more. But when they get in that buying state, that buying temperature is hot. That's why they call it strike while iron's hot, is you might as well, right? And even if they say no, you're like, okay, cool. Like, what's the worst that could happen? They say no, but you still made $75 off them, right? So that's how you get millionaire status. That's how you become six figures. That's how you grow your business, is you start using technology, right? Like, I'm telling you, I ask people, like, yo, how much money you making? Or like, what's your conversion rates? What's your customer acquisition model? And they're just like, oh, I don't know. They just somehow show up to my gym. They just somehow have purchased my business, have purchased my course. They've just somehow it just happens. It's like, bro, success does not just somehow happen, dude. So that's my, I got to go ball. It sounds like Paul's ready to ball. I got to get changed. So yeah, Alan F. ready. Peace.